Welcome, welcome. You're listening to the Drink a Little podcast, where we talk about exploring the world of wine and spirits while not letting it take over your life. My name is Kelly Doherty. I'm a joyful child of God and a certified life coach. I'm also a wine educator and a wine and spirits brand designer. I'll show you how you can navigate your relationship with alcohol, how that mindset spills over into the rest of your life. We'll learn about the world of wine and spirits together, all while bolstering your confidence that you can have boundaries around alcohol and live your most amazing life. This is episode number 21, all about texture. 21, we're now of legal drinking age, so that's good to know. How this works is we taste a little wine at the top of the show, and then we see where that leads us in a conversation about not over drinking our life away. So today we will taste the 2021 Clos Saint Michel Chateauneuf de Pape. So this is a favorite of wine professionals, just to say the word Chateauneuf de Pape. Sounds so fun and so professional. And the term literally relates to the term Pope's New Castle. So in the 1300s, the papacy was relocated to Avignon, France, and this area of Burgundy, the Rhône Valley, was then promoted as an agriculture area for wines, and it had not been known for that before. So you can sound professional too, and this is simply a red blend from the Rhône region of France. This particular one says right on the back it is 40% Grenache, 30% Mourvedre, and 30% Syrah. And while I'm at it, on the back label, it says 14.5% alcohol. So this is high volume as wines go, high alcohol wine. And what I love about this bottle is that it is very old world style. Has this imprinting or embossing on the glass above the label that is actually a logo that has the papal tiara on it, the Pope's tiara, and the keys of St. Peter. So this is a very recognized emblem and iconic bottle from this area. It took all the way from the 1300s to 2004 when the French Supreme Court actually confirmed the validity of this embossed bottle because there had been so much global competition and counterfeiting of this um, iconic look from this area. So now it's legally protected. So a very special molded bottle. And I love a bottle that's already imprinted. It's a lot more popular in the spirits world than in wine. So I think this is a very special and beautiful wine that has this custom mold that is a huge expense, but makes it look very beautiful, very elegant, very old world. Actually has kind of a Middle Ages type of feel to it. So that texture also runs through the wine itself. So I tasted it a little bit earlier, but let's give it a swirl and a taste just now. And it's got lots of layers of dark fruits in here, some licorice, a little bit of peppery nuance, and it's very vibrant with some raspberry and cherry, but kind of in the black fruit area of that. And that raspberry, dark raspberry. So gorgeous, so easy drinking red wine. I mean, this area of France is one of my favorites, so you don't have to do a lot to convince me on a blend from the Rhone Valley. But I did just want to put a nod out to these wine growers. Clos Saint Michel. It's a fourth generation wine growers, a pair of brothers, Frank and Oliver. I'm sure that's not how you say that in France. So we definitely love and appreciate a family owned and operated vineyard here at Drink a Little. So I'm honored to taste this. What a beautiful wine. And so how can this classically embossed old world wine from across the globe work for us in tasting and yet not over drinking in our lives? And I want to go back to that textural theme of the bottle. This wine has texture, the story of two brothers working together to to rehabilitate a vineyard has texture, and the actual taste and layers of flavors and aromas in this wine has texture. So, texture is so important in our lives. And I think when I'm talking to people that are wanting coaching on their over drinking, a lot of what's going on is almost blotting out that texture in life. We think that things are supposed to always be on this like upward trajectory, and we're not supposed to have these arcs of experiences that go up and down and fluctuate, that have textures that are good and bad to them. And if we think we're supposed to be on this upward trajectory all the time, and we run into one of these up and down textural moments, then we're disappointed or we're angry and we try to ignore that part of our lives. And that's where a lot of drinking and over drinking happens. It is blotting out and ignoring the things we're not taking the time to appreciate, and knowing that we're supposed to be going through this in order to grow. And I know I'm asking you to appreciate the ups and the downs, but that is what life has to offer us. And there's so much emotional texture in every year of our lives and every relationship in our lives. I mean, think about those good relationships. They really haven't been on a perfect upward trajectory. I don't know, maybe yours have, but mine have not. There's definitely ebbs and flows. And if it stayed the same, we would be stagnant. And that wouldn't be a life that's growing and evolving. And, for wine, it wouldn't be a good wine. It would just not have that texture to the story of our life or the story of that wine. So, dimension or that emotional texture is really where the joy in life can be found. And often we're too scared to let in some of that uncertainty and maybe hopelessness and pain. I've been there, not allowing negative things to come in because we're trying to be so positive, positive, positive. And I wore my sweatshirt today for you that says, good vibes only. And I love this sweatshirt because it's so soft and it can be a conversation starter. But I don't really believe in good vibes only. That's not very realistic. If you're glossing over things or blotting out things with alcohol, it's not truly living those textures. You're missing out on the true experience of life. We are supposed to be able to have a wide range of emotional experiences. We need those textures of smooth and then rough and sharp and soft and bitter and sweet and loud and quiet. We need those textures if you really think about life. It would be pretty boring without them. We think we're going to be trapped and stuck in a certain texture or emotion, in a space of uncertainty or anger or helplessness or fear. We think we're going to be trapped there forever if we allow ourselves to experience it, to just be fully present with it. And I've said it on here before, I promise you won't get stuck there if you let yourself feel those feelings, the ones you think should be there. The stuckness is pushing them away and not letting them through. And whatever we push down is like a balloon. It will always pop back up. And it's always going to be an inconvenient time, right? These things that are coming up because they need to move out, and there is a natural cycle. There's an arc of emotions, and you can't stop them from coming up. But what a lot of us do is stop them in the middle. We don't let them go through their natural cycle and process out of our lives. And when we stop them in the middle, that's where we get trapped feelings inside of our body, and it manifests in negative physical ways. Gut problems, headache problems, anxiety. I'm certainly having feelings inside of my body to say this out loud right now, but I'm also an expert at helping people release those trapped emotions so they can experience the best textures of their lives, so they can let go of those fear and sadness and confusion emotions and move through them. I'm not saying they won't come back, but we're supposed to move through them and they will be different when they come back. And we will learn with each one and we'll go through them quicker. And we'll become more texturally aware, is what I call it. So enjoy the wine, enjoy the textures of this wine, just a little. Share with a friend. That is what I have for you this week. I will see you next week, and we are going to explore an interesting wine called Rodney Strong 2021 Merlot from Sonoma County. So stay strong. I will see you next week. And if you're working on how to become, more texturally aware in your life, how to bring more texture into your life, I do teach to a deeper level. I have a one-on-one coaching program tailored to your needs, where we cover how to stop over drinking, how to love yourself for all the right reasons, and emotional well-being. Go to kellydoherty.com/cheers to learn more.